We're live.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live now. Simulcast on my Facebook also. They can only see me though. They can hear everybody's voices.
Excellent. Excellent.
On my Facebook also. They can only see me though. They can hear you.
We have an echo going on.
Yeah, that's me. I just turned mine off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta move my car.
Okay.
So, Brother Taalik, I know you one of the best here when it comes to introductions. So, are you gonna deliver the introduction?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, are you gonna deliver it?
Are you gonna deliver out? This is Brother Maurice's house right now.
Okay.
Oh, Mills is back again. How you doing, Mill?
Well, we have to wait till Brother Maurice comes back.
Well, I mean, we can.
Yeah, wait for
it. We can introduce. Everybody is here. Of course, this is the Reality's Temple on Earth, and today is hosted by Brother Maurice Muhammad. He had to go do something, so I guess let me show my face so I can get one of those funny pictures made about me. Put my head on top of a turkey, you know. It's fine by me. That type of stuff don't bother me. I think this stuff is funny. If you get to the point where people concentrate on you like that, you must be moving up in the world.
You're doing something right.
Yeah, you're doing something right. You know. But yeah, Brother Maurice Muhammad is your host, and in the interim, I will introduce everybody or allow everybody to introduce themselves. Starting from my left to my right, Brother Craig is here, the red, black, and green flag. Brother Craig is African supremacy. How you doing, Brother Craig?
Peace. I'm glad to be here. Too bad we have a real bad echo going on.
You know something? I made a mistake.
What's going on?
I'm supposed to introduce the sisters first.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's supposed to be Brother Maurice's house, but you know we introduce the sisters first. We do the ladies first, yeah. But anyway, secondly, I apologize, Sister Carol.
Why you apologizing?
Because you're supposed ladies always first here.
Okay, I'm okay. I would just want to wait for brother to come back.
Yeah, okay. That's what we're doing. We're just getting through the introduction real quick so he can just go ahead and get here and start taking care of this business. We are like an hour behind.
I know, it's been crazy. It's been connected.
Yes, and really, it's still not too much different. It's this thing's still not acting quite right. But anyway, we also have the most honorable Brother Guy Nollywood in the house too.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Peace, brothers. Peace, brothers. Peace.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, the viewers are starting to come in. I know the numbers starting to go up. Everybody must know that we're here now. So, people must be curious about the rest of these questions. I know I am. We had a pretty good time with the questions last week. So, and I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up early. I had to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, there goes Sister Soul. Sister Soul is in the chat room. How you doing, Sister Soul? You know, so I had to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And basically, after I shut down, I laid down a little bit. Next thing you know, it was time to go. I'm like, wow. And I made it though. It was all good. It's all good. Love back to you, Sister Soul. And back in the house is our brother Maurice Muhammad. He can take over because I really didn't want to do it anyway. And he's back in the house. And I introduced to y'all Brother Maurice Muhammad.
Peace and blessings. Thank you, big brother. Thank you. All right. Did we already go through introductions already?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, well, we're going to get right into it. I think the title of the program that I had titled it was The Caucasian World in Chaos.
Okay. Okay.
The solution for Black people. And I was trying to think of a word that encompasses all of us, because we know we have some of our people that don't consider themselves Black. We have some of our people who don't consider themselves African. We have some of our, that consider themselves everything, But what is the one word that all of us can fall under the same umbrella to be able to identify who we are? Mm-hmm. Because one thing is very important. Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. When we come across the enemy, he will deal with us the same damn way. Don't matter whether we call ourselves African, African American, Black, Negro, whatever the name it is that we go by, it doesn't matter to him, because when he see us, he doesn't see those names that we ascribe to. He sees my enemy, this no good nigga that I need to take off the planet. It's just like, I don't know if y'all saw it, the video where the white guy followed this brother home just to call him a nigger to his face.
Wow.
Yeah, and you listening to the video, I was thinking that, the white guy must have a gun in his truck or something. Because he followed dude all the way to his house and said to him, I just want to tell you to your face that you're a no good nigga. Like that. And the brother was like, why are you calling me a no good nigga? What did I do? Right. And he was like, oh, you did. It was over a traffic incident. The white guy was saying he cut him off. And the brother was like, no, I didn't cut you off. But, and then it went to the news. The news showed it, Yeah. And so they got with the white guy. The news people got with the white guy, and they said to him, do you take back what you said? And the white guy said, no, I don't take it back. I don't take it back. So that's letting you know that they mean what they say, and they don't mind going there. If they're going to follow this dude to his house just to call him a nigga to his face, if they can stand, you can get off of a train and have your throat cut, and he stand around. He don't cut you and take off running. He cut you and stay around to see what you're going to do. And you don't do nothing, then he walk away. Or he will come into your apartment complex and start shooting your children. And then when one black guy go to him and say, why are you shooting these children? And he say, you going to do something about it? And the black man walk away. Now, these things are not made up. These things actually happen. This is actually the reality that we're living in. So since this is the actual reality that we're living in, there has to be a solution to the problem. Because if we don't enact the right solution to the problem will continue. The problem will get worse. The problem will get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think anytime that they come into a project area, knowing that our children are there, and he starts shooting our children, he's letting you know that your life means nothing to me. And for a black man to come to him and ask him, why are you shooting these children? And he said, well, you got a problem with it? And the black man walks away. We can't have that. We can't have it. So we're going to get on down to the subject, and we're going to be answering more of the questions that we didn't get to last week. We're going to let Sister Carl she will be asking the questions. She put them in an order that's more an order of going in you know, what's more important. So I will turn it over to Carol.
What's going on?
Sister Carol?
Yes, you waiting on me to go on and start?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
I'm starting with question number 16. Dangerous cities have high American populations. Dangerous cities like Oakland, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Detroit, where gang violence and crime in everyday occurrence has a high population of African American people who live under the government of Democrats. I assume you all are Democrats. How do you expect to overcome the type of history knowing Black people can't get along with each other in peace? And this is question number 16.
Can you read it again, Sister Carol? Because I really couldn't understand.
Okay. Question number 16. Dangerous cities have high African American populations. Cities like Oakland, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Detroit, where gang violence and crime is an everyday occurrence, has a high population of African American people who live under the government of Democrats. I think you all are Democrats. How do you expect to overcome this type of history? Black people can't get along with each other in peace.
Actually, we did that question last time. We're at question number 21.
21?
Yeah. That's where I left off at 21.
I believe, okay, question 1. I believe people are responsible for their own business. Whatsoever needs to be blamed. The white man, that is not necessary. All U.S. citizens live in the United States are obligated to get equal public education by law. Why are you blaming the white man? Yes, incidents have occurred in the past, police officers killing Black children and such. Yes, this is terrible, but you cannot claim the white man as you are saying the white man, women are responsible. You are responsible for your own self and your children. Time to stop blaming skin color and races. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everyone has the chance to make their life better. It's just anything about it. Stop blaming people for the really sad and sad the race divide. I say get the hell over it. There is only one race, and that is the human race. Did y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, that sound like a white person talk.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, who asked that question?
Because you notice they all sound the same. They said the same thing. They don't want to take a blame for nothing.
No.
This is what pisses me off about them. They don't want to take no blame for nothing. All of a sudden it becomes our fault. But like I said before, Lincoln had warned us. He said our presence are a burden to them. He said this. So anything they do is because we're making them do it. So It's yeah, that sounds like a racist. Don't want to take a blame for nothing.
We're having some type of technical difficulty.
Yeah, just the echo is horrible.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Do I need to cut the volume?
I thought maybe my speaker was too close to my computer mic, and I turned my speakers away, and I thought that looked like it.
Okay, before we can
that might help.
do a mic check, because it sounds like it's still there. It definitely is. Every time I speak, I can see your speaker moving.
Right, me too.
So that means there's some type of interference going on your end. It's interfering with. See, brother, God, speak.
Huh?
No, I'm just trying to do a mic test real quick.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Now, don't you see?
Yeah.
It goes through Taalik.
I think Taalik, you might have. That's coming from your end, I think.
From my end, see, look, it's not doing it right now.
I know, but when
it's jumping, it's going off. It's got to be. It must be a glitch in YouTube.
Probably.
Yeah.
It happens. It does that sometimes.
Well, do you know how to like mute your mic? Like when other people talk, just mute your mic real quick, and let's do a quick.
Mute my mic. Okay.
Yeah.
And bring it. Okay. Testing 1 2. Sounds clear.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Clear.
Yeah, it's coming from Taalik's end.
Yes, indeed.
Because no echo.
Okay, so I guess when Taalik is ready to speak, then he just unmute his mic, and when everyone else speaks. But Taalik can't forget to unmute it because you have to unmute your mic.
Taalik, mute your mic. Like, we can't hear you, man.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Taalik.
You gotta type it in. You gotta type it in. You gotta type it.
Because what I would suggest, just to make things, because we're already like an hour behind schedule, would be, since we've narrowed it down, to coming from Taalik's mic. When he's ready to speak, just make sure that he understands to unmute his mic.
Yeah, he can hear us. He can hear us. He just can't speak.
Okay, well, unmute your mic, bro.
Huh?
I'm trying to tell him to unmute his mic.
Okay.
Okay. So what's going on? This is real weird. Like, we're like so unorganized today. Like, we're all over the place. Let's get back on track.
Okay, now I want to hear that question. I want to hear that question again.
Okay.
So can you repeat that question again?
Okay. I believe people are responsible for their own destiny. No one whatsoever needs to be blamed. The white man, that is not necessary. All U.S. citizens living in the United States are obligated to get equal public education by law. Why are you blaming the white man? Yes, incidents have occurred in the past, police officers killing black children and such. Yes, this is terrible, but you cannot blame, as you are saying, all the white men and women are responsible. You are responsible for your own self, your children. It's time to stop blaming skin color and races. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everyone has the chance to make their life better. It's just a fact of opinion if they will do anything about it. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming people other than yourselves. It's absolutely sad and the racial divide. I say get the hell over it. There is only one race, and that is the human race.
Okay. Anybody want to address that? Maurice? I think Maurice should address that.
There's only one race, and it's the human race.
But you know, it's so funny how they say that when scientifically, these motherfuckers got a Neanderthal DNA in them. We don't. And that's according to science.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So not all of us are human, or pure human, I should say.
All we're trying to do is just exercise our rights, as you know, if supposedly there's only one human race and we are indeed American citizens, all we are trying to do is exercise our rights to just peacefully, you know, go, you know, get our people together, go off, you know, down to Mississippi and just take over the political system. So I don't understand why. I mean, that question really is irrelevant, you know, to the Mississippi campaign. That's what it looks like to me. That question is irrelevant.
You know, I just want to say, like, you know, black folks, we always been living our lives and did the right thing. He should address that to his own people. He need to address that to his own people. You come into our community and our neighborhoods and you shoot our people, you bomb our churches, you kill 9 people in the church, you come and do a redlining, you do all these things, you put cops who's not even from the neighborhood to police us, and then you're gonna tell us just to do the right thing, and that's all we've been doing is living our life and put up with the crap. It's just nonsense. He needs to tell his own people that.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing new. This has been addressed since the 60s. Mm. So we still talking about this. It's an issue. So I mean, like I said, it's definitely that definitely came from the Peckerwood. So I don't know. Anything that they say don't mean anything to me. I don't even hold their word to value.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and these are, and remind you, Maurice, these are the same people that when they get mad at us, what do they say? Well, if you don't like this, they say, well, if you don't like this, go back to Africa. Go back to Africa. But not to realize, hey, you know what? Okay, why we should go back to Africa? You need to go back to Europe. This land is not yours either.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. And you know, one thing that it is very funny that they always say, you know, there's only one race. Well, prior to the advent of them, we wasn't dealing in race. The whole concept of race is something that they came up with to go ahead and say that because I'm white, I'm better than you. Now, when you're doing something like enslaving a people or colonizing a people, you don't do it in a way that the victims, you don't do it in a way that the victims maintain their power. You have to do it in a way that the victims lose their power. So when you deal in the transatlantic slave trade and you bring us from Africa over to here, and then you deny us of our knowledge of self, our knowledge of who you are, anything about our past, you take that away from us, and then you tell us that it's illegal for us to read. And then all of a sudden, hundreds of years continue to go on, and then you say, okay, well, it's okay, you can read now. It's okay, you can do this now. It's okay, you can do that now. But yet, the invention, because where we were, we wasn't niggas then. Where we were, we wasn't cast out as no good people. Because you have to remember, white people, that you didn't know how to take care of your dead. You didn't know how to take care of your sick. You didn't know how to properly wash yourself. You didn't know these things. See, when you're in the cave with your best friend, the dog, and you get along so well and you become what you are, which is a beast. So you don't have the process of real civilization. You steal from us and use it and try to rewrap it and say, this is real civilization that comes from you all, when we know that that's a lie. So when you see our people out here, the ignorant ones that's out here committing crime, doing things that they ain't got no business. You know, it's just like our people that kidnapped the retarded boy in Chicago and kind of scalped him, and you know, they said that he was being tortured, and they were like, these people are evil, bad. But you got to ask the question, where did they learn it from? Because it's a damn sure that they didn't learn it from their mother and father. The mother and father didn't teach them that. So where did it come from? It came from George Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, is what they were doing to the people in Abu Ghraib that was shown on TV. So the world saw what you do to people, and we as black people know what you do to people because you've done it to us. You've done it to us. So you can't hide your hand. You throw the damn rock and then hide your hand and say, well, who broke the window? You broke the window. You're the one who created, you're the one who made people do this type of thing. Because in our natural state, in our natural environment, we don't do that. But see, when you're intertwined and you're mixed in with a devilish culture, when you're mixed in with devilish, satanic people who do evil, not because they are forced to do evil, but they do evil because they love to do evil. So how in the hell are you going to be clean when you're growing up in a world of sin, in a world of dirt? It's impossible for you to be clean. You're born into a dirty atmosphere because they purposely keep knowledge away from you to make you clean up and to accept your own and be yourself. So when you see a black person committing crime, when you see a black person being other than their natural self, you're not looking at a real black man or woman. You're looking at a person under the effects of white supremacy. That's what you're looking at. Like when you go to the zoo, and you look at the animals, you look at the lions, and they're waiting to be fed. That's not a real lion. That's a lion under the effects of captivity. But if you go out to the jungle where the real lion is, then the lion in his nature will deal with you. Because then you're looking at a real lion, not the lion that you see in the circus jumping through hoops. Not that lion. Because that's the lion living under the effects of captivity. So when you see our people doing stuff that they should not do, that's under the effects of captivity. That's under the effects of being a nigger, where you're taught that you're not valuable. You have nothing to offer. That's what you're looking at. And that is a creation. That is a make of the enemy. That is the make of white people. That is how you come. How did our people live in the motherland without guns, with wild animals? You got to think about that. How did we do it? What did we know that the enemy didn't know? That he had to come with guns to kill. Now there's a video, it's on my channel, and you can go to National Geographic, is there as well, where the lions were eating their prey. And the brothers from whatever tribe, they were coming to take the food from the lions. And they walked up The lions saw them, and the lions ran. They ran. The brothers went over, cut up the food that they wanted, put it on their back, and walked. Not run. They walked away. The lions, when our brothers got further away, then the lions come out of hiding, took their food, and took it back to hiding.
It's amazing.
Now, what did they know that we don't know? That we didn't understand? That was stolen from us? See, they are in their nature, but we are not in our nature. And when you're in your nature, you have no reason to be other than yourself. Because in your nature, you accept yourself. You accept who you are and you live your truth. They are living their truth. And the animals know that they are in subjection to them. So they run when we come. So we got to get this thing fixed so we can be in our nature. Because outside of the influence of this enemy, we are beautiful people. We do things that they can only look at and say, wow, how did you do that? How did you do this? How did you do that? We built America. They didn't. They didn't know nothing about a damn palace. They were living in mud huts. They had to come and learn. So now it is incumbent upon us that we shake the nigger off and be ourselves. Because if you don't shake the nigger off, you will never, ever reach your full potential in America. You will never do it. You will never do it. So we have to kill the nigger within us. And then we can rise to be who we should be. And everybody will make obedience to us. Because they understand we are accepting our own and being ourselves. And with that, I'll rest my mind.
Okay, peace. Brother Taalik, is there anything you would like to add to that question? Just unmute your mic, brother.
You can't hear him. All right.
We can't hear you, bro. Do it again. We can't hear you. Wow, what's going on?
I have no idea. He got it off? I don't know.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bro. I see you unmuting your mic, but we still not picking you up. Or is it just me? Can y'all hear him?
I don't hear him.
Yeah, in the world?
I don't hear him either.
Hey, brother Taalik, you're mute. We can't hear a word you're saying, brother.
But he unmuted though.
I know, but obviously he did something to his microphone.
Oh man. Yeah, keep moving. All right, no problem. But yeah, I think what I want to say before we move on, that it's just strange to me how white people, and I'm just talking about the racist ones, that has the nerve to talk about something they created. That's like you trained a elephant to stand on a table and then turn around and get mad at it when they you know, I don't understand. And this is when black people try to do right, go to school, do the right thing, you still look at them as inferior. And you know, you judge black folks because the way if they live at a certain neighborhood, or you judge black people, or if their name is by their name, if the name is too I guess too black, you know what I mean? You judge them little silly shit, and you see it doesn't matter how educated we are, it doesn't matter how professional we are, we're still not good enough. We do everything by the book, and this is what kills me. They would never be satisfied with us. They will never be satisfied. So what's the point? So this is the reason why I'm not trying to please white folks. You know, I'm trying to please my people, and I'm trying to please good black folks who wants to get out of our situation. Because you can't please the beast. The beast always going to be hungry. A wolf is always going to be hungry. It doesn't matter. You can be nice to it or whatever. The only way that you could beat a wolf, you have to become a wolf. That's it. So that's why I just want to say this. Because we anything that we do would never please them anyway. So it's pointless.
Exactly. I definitely agree. And you know, there's nothing that we should do that our aim should be to please them, because then who are they that we would even think about trying to please? They're not worth it. So, and as you said, we'll never, because at the end of the day, it's this: they want you always to stay where they put you, and don't you get out of that position. You know, when I was in the military, I'm gonna tell you a real quick story. When I was in the military, I was living in the barracks at this time, and the sergeant that was on CQ duty, he was supposed to have been watching the barracks, had left his post, and somebody threw a 40 bottle down and left it in the middle of the floor. So when he came back, you know, he was knocking on people's doors, asking them, you know, who did it? And so he knocked on my door. I opened the door, and he was like, who did that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't drink. I don't know who did it. And so a guy named Petey and a guy named Brady, they walked by. One was white and one was Asian. So they go upstairs to their room. So he followed them up there, and he's asking them, who did it? Who did it? They don't know. They just got in. So he comes back downstairs, and he's banging on my door. So I open the door, and he says, get out here and clean that up. I said, I'm not cleaning that up. I don't know who the hell are you talking to, but I'm not cleaning it up. So he's like, I told you to clean it up. So I shut my door. You know, sat back down. He banging on my door, banging on my door. I get up there and I say, don't knock on my door again. Don't bang on my door again. I done told you I'm not cleaning it up. I didn't do it, so leave me the hell alone. So I shut my door. Monday morning come, I'm in the commander's office. They giving me an Article 15. So I'm like, oh, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. You know, it was like, well, Sergeant so-and-so told you to clean it up, and you told him no. I said, he didn't ask Brady and Petey to clean it up. He didn't tell them to clean it up. So why are you going to tell me? I didn't do it. He the one who left his post. So it was like, well, you're going to get extra duty, da-da-da. So I said, I want to appeal it. And you appeal it. The next higher ranking is your colonel. So the colonel come in, and he's everybody thinks, oh, he's a good, nice white man. And, you know, he's fair, honest, and just. And so we were sitting out there on the couch, and he talking to me, and he's like, well, you know, the thing is this. When you told the sergeant no, you really told me no. And I can't allow you to ever tell me no.
Wow.
So you will get this Article 15, and you will do extra duty. And it was like, I'll be damned. Here it is. He didn't ask nobody else, but he's going to tell me to do something. I don't even drink. And he's going to be the one that's off his post. He abandoned his post But because me, the black man, said no, you can't have that. So I got to be the one to be punished for it. And that's their thing. They don't ever want you to go outside the bounds that they have set for you. You know, we remember when Obama was in as president and he called the police. He said the police acted stupidly. Y'all remember that? The chief of police come on TV and told him, who the hell are you to be saying that about our police? We're good police. We don't act stupidly. And they put so much pressure on the quote unquote most powerful man in the world. And Obama backed down and said, come on to the White House so we can have a beer and talk. And they go to the White House to have a beer and talk, and they ask the white police, so what's the deal now? You know, are you going to apologize for arresting Skip Gates in his own house? He said, no, I'm not going to apologize. And I didn't do anything wrong. You ask Obama, well, what came out of it? Well, we agreed that, we'll look at things more broader in its larger scale. What the fuck? Are you serious? And then when they did a documentary when he was leaving office, it was like 3 months left, and they were going back showing clips of when Trayvon Martin was killed. And Obama wanted to say something strong, but his white 25-year-old advisor, 25-year-old advisor said to him, you can't say that. You're the president of the United States. You can't pick a side. You got to be neutral. And then they told him, well, you can say if you had a son, if you had a son, it would look like Trayvon. They said you can say that, but you can't say anything other than that. Now here's a 25-year-old white boy telling the president that that's the only thing you can say, and he went with it. That's a problem. That's a goddamn problem. He should have never went with that. Never. But the enemy always want to keep us where they put us and try not to let us go above that, because to go above that means to sack them. But that is exactly what we will do. I rest my mic.
What's the next question?
Yeah, I definitely want to, tackle some of these questions because we have probably quite a few more left.
Question 22. How does the white man have all the power? We just had a black president, and what you are teaching is that all white men are terrible people. Everyone has equal rights and chances. Just whether someone will do something about it. Are you expected things to be handled to you? Excuse me. You expected things to be handled to you because they won't. You actually have to work for them. I'm a proud black woman, and it pains me to.
Okay. Is that the end of that question? Okay. Here's the thing. Now, okay, just a quick response to, the person who asked that question. I can't recall anywhere in our platform, our list of goals that we ever said anything about, all white people being bad. So I'm really, kind of not understanding where, some of these things, are coming from. Where are these questions coming from? So basically, that's all I'm going to say. Let me say this again. This is a campaign. I wish my brother Taalik was able to, unmute his microphone and get on. But okay, this is just a campaign, to take over Mississippi. See what we want. We want to go, into the cities of, the cities up in the state of Mississippi and just take over the political system, to just bring, forth like better opportunity when it comes to, you know, better economic and, you know, educational opportunities, you know, for Black people. This is not, you know, we are not a hate group. And I'm not sure, you know, where these people are even getting this from. But if anybody else wants to speak on that, I don't have much to say about a question like that.
What was the question?
Yeah, I only caught half of it. So
Question number 22. How does the white man have all the power? We just had a Black president, and what you're teaching is that all white men are terrible people. Everyone has equal rights and chances. It's just whether someone will do something about it. Are you expected things to be handed to you? Because they won't. You actually have to work for them. I'm a proud Black woman, and it pains me to say this.
Okay.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Okay. Wow, that's coming from a Black woman. I'm very hurt by that, but I don't know. She's sleeping white. She sounds like an integrationist. But again, this is not we're not trying to be anti-white. This is not an anti-white campaign. This is a campaign so we can have something that we can call out that we could be in power. Everybody should share power. Why everybody can't share power? Why is that we have to say this is the white man's world or the white man? We got to, you know, that's that, you know, that. See, I hate that slave talk. That's that slave coonish talk. Everybody should have some sort of power, you know. So Malcolm even said when he said, he said, just give us our own state so we can govern ourselves. I don't see what's the problem. What is the damn problem? So, you know, a lot of Black people are just scared. You know, they willing to, you know, a lot of, hate to say this, but you got some sisters, like the one who just asked that question, is willing to polish the white man's knob. So, you know, it's sad, but it's just that instead of her, you know, saying, hey, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. We can have something to call out, you know, have some sort of, we also have some part of some political power, so we can have have some sort of protection, because Black people are not protected. So I don't see what's the problem. What's the big deal? I mean, you know, it's just unfortunate we're coming from a Black woman that asked that question.
that's right. I don't understand what's racist about Black people wanting to govern themselves. Look at what happens, you know, in the judicial system. You know, once we allow and give, you know, white people, you know, the authority, you know, to govern us. I mean, look at all these murders that you see up in the newspaper. White people get away and kill Black people with impunity and get off, you know, by all white, you know, getting, you know, let off, you know, of the case and acquitted is what I meant to say, you know, by a jury of their peers. So, I mean, we've done this ever since, you know, for the last 400 years or so, you know, since we've been in this country. You know, we've given, you know, white people, you know, total authority and total, you know, domination over us. So what's wrong with Black people, with the history that we have in this country, wanting to govern, you know, themselves, police themselves, you know, and bring, you know, economic, you know, opportunity for themselves?
Maurice?
That's all I got to say. I don't want to spend too long on those type of questions.
You know, this is the thing that I look at. You know, none of this is for white people. Okay, all of this is for our people, and so understanding our people and the many different facets, or the many different thought levels, the many different levels where you know, people live at on different degrees. Just like I think it was this weekend or this week, the police put a gun to Vin Rain's face at his own house because the neighbors called the police on him and said he broke in his own house. So it doesn't matter where you are in life. Your skin is your skin and you can't get out of it. And at the end of the day, they're going to deal with you how they're going to deal with you. You as a black woman have bought into a system and you believe that there's no other system out there that would give you what the system the enemy has you in. You don't believe that there's another way that you can make what you got. And that's a shame at the end of the day, because you lack a knowledge of self. That's why you can't see anything other than what you're currently looking at. And I think it's obvious you have been following. And if you keep following, your fear that you obviously have will be overcome. And you, next thing you know, you may not think it now, but you might be right down there in Mississippi with us saying, you know, I was the one that sent y'all that question, and I'm glad I was still listening, and now look where I'm at. We all have a starting spot. And your starting spot may not be my starting spot, but we all have a starting spot. And at the end of the day, reality is real. You may not want it today, but sooner or later, it's going to dawn on you that what we're talking about is 100% correct. And what we're doing is 100% correct. And you will find that you will be fleeing there because you don't have another alternative. I'll rest my mind.
Okay, brother Taalik, are you
Testing one, testing.
We hear you, brother.
What's I want to hear Sister Carol. I'm sorry, Taalik. Sister Carol, you want to say something? I want to hear your thoughts about this, about that question.
That particular question, I don't feel the same way she feels. I mean, she's not speaking for all black women. She's speaking for herself. So I want y'all to know that. Sometimes brothers think all black women want to be with a white man. That's not true. And I could tell in some of her words that she might not be with a black man. And she's a proud black woman, and it pains her to say this. She sounds like she be educated as well.
I agree.
The educated sisters, they are very doubtful about the black men, and they think that some of them are not ambitious enough. And they think that, I guess that some black men are not good mates for them if they feel like if they're an overachiever and they have a lot to offer.
That's true.
Yeah, she's probably dated some guys that was probably, and she felt that she was too good for. Sometimes she probably maybe didn't pick the right guy, and she probably got somebody that, you know, kind of messed her around. A couple of black guys probably messed her around, but all black men are not bad men. They, I think that black men are very creative and very innovative on how they do things. And I think once given a chance, they can excel. And that's why I'm here with y'all, because I see some future in this. I really do. For the first time in my life, I really see some future in everything I hear from y'all and y'all thoughts and the way y'all handle y'allself and, you know, everything around me. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. I'm no doubt in the right place. And so I rest my mic.
We could go move to the next question.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Taalik.
Yes, sir.
You can hear me?
Yeah, anything
Yes,
you'd
sir.
like to add?
Anything you want to add, Taalik?
Yeah, let me expound on this a second here. Okay, you know, the beginning of the question is, how does the white man have all the power? Okay, sister, have you looked at the Congress? Have you looked at the Senate? Have you looked at the seats that's even in your own hometown? Ain't nothing but a bunch of Caucasian faces.
That's right.
So that tells you right there who have the power. She talking about, how does the white man have all the power? You know, how many laws have dark-skinned people in this nation created that they obey? They don't even obey a law that we designed for jaywalking.
Mm-hmm.
They don't obey. We haven't created as a people. There's no law that we have created that they obey. That tells you right there, if this is a nation of laws and we don't create no laws, who has the power?
It's true.
Ma'am, just trying to be respectful and nice to you. You know, I mean, you can just see that. We just had a black president. A black president that make it very clear that he stands for all the people. He's not making no special exceptions unless it's sexual orientation. He's the first lesbian gay president.
Yep.
So he made that very clear. And nobody said all Caucasian people are terrible. You know, all snakes aren't terrible. But I'm not in the position to determine which snakes is good and which snakes is bad. I get the hell away from all snakes. I cannot take the chance. So I'm raising caution with all the snakes. I'm not a snake expert like that. Because, you know, snake experts, they know what snake is that, and you see they handle the snakes, no big problem. I'm not going to do that because I don't know what that snake is about. I can't do it. So, you know, so the wise thing to do, since I don't have that type of knowledge, is to approach all snakes with caution. Now, I do know what a garter snake is. I've dealt with them before, so I know what a garter snake is. And I'm also familiar with water moccasins and some snakes, but, you know, but snakes overall, no. I know that all Caucasian people aren't terrible people, but I can't take the chance. I don't want to be bit by a snake. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't do it. Everyone has equal rights. When did this happen? When did this happen?
Exactly.
So she says everybody has equal rights. If we had equal rights, what was the purpose of the civil rights movement?
We can go further than that. What's the point of the marches that we've been having?
Yeah, we still having marches. We still singing, "We shall overcome." Yep. You're not singing, "We shall overcame." We shall overcome. 50 damn years of overcoming.
Go ahead.
Still fight for equal rights. Even the Caucasian people tell you that race. So that tells you that equal rights don't exist, because equal rights and racism can't exist at the same time. That's not the purpose of racism. You know, everybody has the right to equal rights or whatever, like she said. But that don't mean you gonna get it.
Yep.
That don't mean that you're gonna get it. Or you expected things to be handed to you. Well, sister, what was slavery? Wasn't that free labor handed to you? What was Jim Crow? What was the black codes? These things was handed to you. A bunch of people who wasn't doing a damn thing, and they was getting free labor and things handed to them. Here you are, you're not even getting the rights, as you say, of a citizen, but you're paying equal taxes. You're getting things handed to you because you're not earning it. We don't deserve to be paying taxes like that because we're not getting the rights and the things that go along with the whole package. I don't know what world she's living in. However, we understand this. This is the reason why for the campaign of Mississippi, because we're not expecting things to be handed to us. We're going to take the tools that was given to us that we're supposed to have the rights to, and we're going to get it ourselves so those things can benefit us. We're not going to wait on somebody to hand me nothing. We're going to use the tools that was given to us and take it. See what I'm saying? We're going to work for that. They're not going to give us nothing. And you say you're a proud black woman. How are you a proud black woman when you don't have nothing? When you're under the control of somebody else, what are you proud of? You're proud of living under the laws that you had nothing to do with its creation? Is that what, I mean, exactly, what do you mean you're a proud black woman? You proud that you will not put responsibility on the people that need to be blamed? Because they are the ones that blame. If you don't deserve the blame, I understand. These people are guilty of what they're being blamed for. They will tell you they are guilty. You are helping them make excuses for not taking responsibility for their actions. However, at the same time, I understand that we're dealing with a criminal people, and you don't expect a criminal to take responsibility for his or her actions. Because if they was that way, if they had that type of mindset, they never would have committed the crimes to begin with. They made slavery a way of life. This should tell you the mindset of these people in this nation. They keep telling you about, we need to go back to the good old days. You go back to the good old days, what condition was you in as a proud black woman? Getting lynched? Getting bit by dogs? Sprayed with fire hoses? That's the good old days for them. I don't know what it was for us. Sharecropping, picking cotton. You know, what the hell was you doing? So I don't understand. I mean, we living in these fantasy worlds. And we have the slave mentality most of the time because, first of all, many of us, we used to being slaves. She basically said, I'm proud to be a slave. What's wrong with the way things go? It's all right. Yeah, I don't control nothing. I don't want nothing. It's cool. Well, we don't want that here. We are proud people too, and intelligent people too. And we can make laws, and we can create culture, and we can do everything any of these other suckers have done. And we're better, and we can be good at what we do. And we're proud of that too. You should not be happy and proud to be up under somebody else's feet in a situation where you didn't have nothing to do with nothing. The only thing you do is just like, only thing you do is follow. You're a follower. We don't want to be followers. We want to be those who create laws. We want to be the ones who run the show, own the shop, not just manage the shop. We are the owners. We are the keepers. We are the creators. So I understand what you said, the one that gave us this question. We're proud too. In fact, we have more pride than you do. Understand? So with all due respect, I rest my mic.
Bravo. Next question.
Question 23. There is no such thing as white supremacy in 2018.
Oh my God.
Okay. Maybe now people need to quit being lazy and get up off of their asses and do something about this world. Blaming people of what's really happening.
Wow. Seems like almost the last three questions were asked by the same person.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as white supremacy in 2018.
Very delusional.
That don't even make any sense. There's no white supremacy in 2018. The only thing you got to do is turn on your TV. I mean, just turn on your TV and flip through the channel and look at the faces. Okay, we finna do that. Click. Oh, white man, white woman. Click. White man, white woman. Click. Ooh, two homosexual white men. Click. White man, white woman, white child. Click. Ooh, talking Negro. Click. Ooh, talking Chinese. Click. The only thing you gotta do is you can see white supremacy. Because everything, that's all that there's there. That's, you know, go to education. Your education, everything about that is nothing but Caucasian history. There's nothing about dark-skinned people history. There's nothing about Asian history. It's all about Caucasian people. What you mean there's no white supremacy? All the laws are made by Caucasian people. Everything that's around here is done by Caucasian people. It's all about America and based on the American dream and the American apple pie thing. Everybody don't like no damn American apple pie. Other people like other things. But when it comes, but since you are living under white supremacy or pink supremacy, then America's favorite pie is apple, because that's what the Caucasian people like. I thought Negroes like sweet potatoes. You know, so that tells you that that's in effect. I think that a lot of our people are living in dream worlds. But then, of course, this is the life of a slave is all that they have known. So I don't get mad or upset. This is all that they ever know. Just like your dog or cat or whatever, a pet fish, whatever you got trapped in a tank, that's all that they know. This is all that they know. Here we are, we really are some special individuals because we came from the same place they come from. How come we don't think that way? Why we want to lead a plantation? Why we want to rebel against massa? We come from the same place. Because the human spirit is just natural for somebody not to want to be a slave. That's just natural. Somebody, no matter how, even animals, you can get animals, a whole group of animals, and they domesticated, but I can guarantee you, sooner or later, you're going to meet one rebel. That animal's not going to be acting and behaving like the rest of them because it's natural to want to be free. And the other one's looking at him like, what the other cow's looking like, hey, what the hell wrong with Mo? You know, Mo don't want to give milk like he's supposed to. Because it's natural for us to want to be free. It's natural for us to be in bondage. Nothing. Even an insect can't stand being in bondage. You can't put a roach in jail. You're doing this damage to get the hell out. It's not natural to live this way. So it's natural. Sooner or later, even if it don't come from among us, a baby will be born that's going to be a rebel. It's not natural for us to be enslaved. That's just the bottom line. We need to get out of these fantasy words. But if they want to be slaves, that's their business. But when you come to Mississippi, there's no slavery there. People there will be free. And I'll rest my mic, y'all.
Okay. I guess we can move on to the next question. I don't think anybody else has anything they would like to add to that. Some of these questions.
24, Sister Carol, 24.
24. Dictators use instruments of control to keep the citizens under their power. What is the method you will use to keep Black people under your power in the new reality? Will I be allowed in this new reality, or my Black husband in the new reality? Did y'all understand that?
Say it one more time.
Dictators use different elements of control to keep the citizens under their power. What is the method? What you will use to keep Black under your power in new reality? Will I be allowed in the new reality? This might not be a Black woman. Are my Black husband in this reality?
Oh, she's a white woman. That's a white woman. Wow.
Okay. Well, you know, the first part of the question, what will we use to keep control? When you understand what freedom is, and you know where you came from, and now you have true freedom, you keep yourself under control. There's no such thing as some magic entity that we have that's going to keep people in check. You know, it doesn't exist. But when you realize and you accept your own and be yourself, then things go a whole lot easier. Things go a whole lot smoother. Now, will you have people that may disagree? Yeah, you're going to have people that disagree because that's part of life. But it's not that, you know, you got people disagreeing, is that you have people disagreeing, and it's how you handle your disagreement. Now, if you can't work it out, then you would bring it to somebody who will work it out for you, or somebody who will be an honest mediator for the two groups to work it out. And that's how we are. Simple as that. We're not in the business of being like it is in America. That's not what we want. If that's what we wanted, then there will be no need to create or make a new reality. You can just stay where the hell you at. So you don't have to worry about that. Well, you ain't gonna have to worry about it anyway because you're white. So it's about freedom, justice, and equality. That's what it's all about. Freedom, justice, and equality. You know, I hate white people. And I don't have a problem with saying it. I hate white people so much that I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you. So you will never find me taking justice away from somebody because they're white, because they're black, or whatever they are. They're going to get justice. I'm not going to snatch somebody's freedom. I'm not going to do wrong to somebody because of their color or their lack of. That's not who I am. That's not how I roll. So, you know, we're not trying to repeat to be more white-like. If that was the case, we would be wasting our time. We could stay exactly where we are. But that's not what we're about. So in order to bring about a new reality, you have to bring something new, something different. We want justice. We want freedom. We want equality. We don't want equality with dogs. We want equality with the best in civilized society. And we have to make that for ourselves. And that's how I'll answer that. And I'll rest my mic.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yes, it was. Question 25?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
This is the funny one we talked about yesterday, Brother Muhammad.
Okay.
They're talking about you. You got a lot of people that like you, don't you, Brother Muhammad?
I think this piggybacks with the last question. This question here. Question 25. What's your thought about interracial marriage? Will I have to divorce my husband and break up our family because he watches Brother Muhammad videos and he is talking about the new reality? Am I welcome there? The reason Mr. Muhammad is single is probably God wants him to marry a white woman.
Oh, wow.
Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that?
Never.
I have watched all the videos Muhammad puts out. I listen to the Initiative Radio Network, and I have even called in and spoke to him. Muhammad comes across as real, and since he is dangerous to mixed families.
You know, the thing is, if your husband is watching my videos, then your husband realizes there's a problem in America. If your husband says that I want to go to the new reality, then your husband is saying he's going to divorce you. Okay? Brother Muhammad ain't got a damn thing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with that. I didn't tell him to marry you. And so if he wants to go to a new reality, he must got tired of you. He must have got tired of living with that reality that being with you produces. Okay? So it's not me that's breaking up your family. Okay? Maybe he says, well, damn, you know, I'm married to this damn devil and this devil is giving me hell. You know, maybe he's saying, damn, he look at you and you probably fat and all out of shape and know nothing. And then he look at a black woman and say, damn, that's heaven on earth. You know, maybe that's the problem. Brother Muhammad ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay? And as far as God wanting me to be with a white woman, shit, that ain't never gonna happen. God don't want that. God don't want that at all. And Brother Muhammad don't want that. Not at all. Not at all. Do you imagine the anger that black women themselves would feel if all of a sudden I popped up and got married to a white woman? Are you serious? That's crazy as hell. As strong as I talk, as strong as I live, and I'm gonna show up with a devil on my arm? Nigga, please. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't gonna happen.
Don't knock, bro. Don't knock it till you try.
No, sir. Haven't been there and ain't going there. I'm serious. No, sir. I can't do that. I won't even mess with a black woman who's been in a relationship with a white man.
Me too.
Do it.
I was the same way.
I can't do that. I refuse.
Yeah, when it gets to that point, the black people are tainted. I don't care what nobody say. They are tainted. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I guess I'm assuming that's a white woman. So I guess she's worried that her black husband's gonna like get rid of her. So yeah, she's probably ain't looking too hot.
Exactly.
She ain't looking too hot.
Exactly.
She's probably looking at black pornography and all that stuff. Because Maurice, let me tell you this. Let me say this. A lot of these black people, they get married to non-black women and non-black men for the wrong reasons. That's when I did the video called Interracial Relationships Is Not Authentic, we pull out the facts. It's true. You know, a lot of them times that they're black people, like black men or black women, they're hurt because they've been called all types of names when they were young. Right. So it's out of retaliation. That's all it is. Is most of the time out of retaliation, or they think the grass is green on the other side. It's always both races are using each other for whatever reason. It's always one race is using one white people thinking that if I with this black guy, first of all, if love was real, if there's really love, show me a rich white woman with a broke black guy. Show me one.
Go ahead. Say that.
Show me one. Show me a rich white woman with a broke black man. But I can name you many rich black guys with broke white women.
Go ahead. Say that.
Nice. So it can't be that love has no color. That's bullshit. Excuse my language, but it's bull. It's not real. It's not authentic. So that's why she asked that question, because she knows she's in a false relationship. She knows she's not in a natural relationship. If she's a Christian woman, I'm not going to even get to the Quran or Islam, but I was used the word Christian, because even the Bible says God said not to mix. They said not to mix seeds together. Well, what God's talking about? They said not to mix iron with water.
That's right.
So even God said not to mix. So how you gonna go to the church and why would a pastor want to enter? I was watching this video, and I'm gonna make this short. I was watching a video how a white pastor said that he said that he would not marry an interracial couple, and the black guy who posted that video, he got upset. So I said, brother, why are you getting upset? He's telling the truth. He's going by the Bible.
That's right.
He's telling you it's wrong. the God said it's wrong. Oh, he's being racist. No, he's not. So he said, well, show me in the Bible that interracial is wrong. But then the Bible says not to marry your daughter and your sons to other nations. Then the Bible says that.
That's what it says.
It says not to mix seeds together and not to mix certain threads and all that stuff. He's against. He said not even. He said don't even breed two different animals together. All that is symbolic.
That's right.
So don't tell me that he's lying. He's the only pastor that I know, only white pastor that I know that told the truth. But I rest my mic on that.
Okay. Ready for the question?
Yep.
Question 26. What African American women are insured? This lack of health insurance, along with other social economic factors, continues to contribute to the dire health issues. African American women face chlamydia, gonorrhea, infection rates of African American women are 19 times higher than those of white women. African American women have higher rates of human papilloma virus or HPV and cervical cancer, with mortality rates double those of white women. Who are you going to produce a strong new reality without white women or Mexican women? Black women can't carry the load.
Wow.
Proof.
Wow. Yeah, I personally, I don't have much to say about that, because I would get real disrespectful, and I don't want to take it there. You know, that's not the aim of me participating on this panel. So, I mean, if somebody wants to speak on it, speak on it. Why? What kind of question is that?
He's saying black women.
So why?
Because they have all diseases and all the babies out of wedlock and
wow,
stuff like that.
Wait. Somebody's generalizing. That's generalizing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I think our people are misinformed. I believe then they're not being proper educated, the reason why they're doing what they're doing. But I don't think you can't generalize all black women. That's insane.
Well, it did say the mortality rates double those of white women. And it says here, who are you going to produce a strong new reality without white women or Mexicans? It's saying that these are better suited for family.
Oh wow!
I mean, white women, man, sleep with all type of animals, dogs, cats, like farm animals. Like, white people have a history of doing that. Like, even if we look, you know, at you know, what could be classified as like almost the height of, you know, European culture. Like, we look at Greco-Roman culture. Like, you know, some of those emperors, you know, the people that led their people, you know, they were sleeping with goats. And like, I mean, white people come from a very you know, they have a very disturbing past. So to try to, you know, speak ill against the black woman, this would go back, even though I didn't want to answer the last question. I mean, there's no way possible, because it was, you know, addressed to, you know, Brother Muhammad. There's nothing that a white woman could do for me.
That's right.
Well, matter of fact,
go ahead, bro.
I want to ask this question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get to the real nitty gritty. Show me one powerful white queen. I'm talking about a powerful white queen that ruled Europe. Show me one powerful Latino woman that ruled in her time. And I'm talking about throughout history. Show me one yellow woman, but some people might say Asian, that ruled I mean, I'm talking about an Asian queen that ruled over Asia. Show me one. There's many black queens in Africa that ruled. We can mention names, but I don't know no name in Europe, in Asia, or even the Latin countries. Show me one that ruled their region or their country, and I'm talking about to the beginning of time. Show me one. So they don't have. See, these people don't have a history. They are now becoming. You know, you might hear like a, you know, like you got Queen Elizabeth, but that's not. You know, I mean, I'm talking about. We talking about damn near. I'm talking about show me a white queen in 2,000 years, 6,000 years. These people don't have no. These women don't have no history, but the black woman does. So you know, I don't know. It's just nonsense how people pick black women under the bus when black women have a history, a really powerful history. They sat on a throne along with the black man. You can't even find one white woman that sat on the throne next to her man.
Sure can.
No, you can't. Show me one. I'm talking about go back 2,000 years, 3,000 years, 6,000 years. You won't find one. But I can name you many sisters that sat on the throne around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And now they want to put sisters under the bus?
Well, look at this. They said black low, that is proven. Look at something, sir or ma'am, whatever, or it's a combination of both, because you know you got a combination of both nowadays. So say this to you. All right. You said black women can't carry the load. That is proven. If the black woman can't carry the load, then I'm happy to be done. If she can't make it, it's fine with me. I'm gonna roll with our sisters. That's just the bottom line. And see, you talking about a woman that was part of something old. We're creating something new. So all that crap that you talking about, that's gonna be eliminated. She was created to carry the load. No, she shouldn't carry the load messing around with y'all and y'all filth. Matter of fact, that's why she's filthy, rolling around in y'all toilet stool. But when she comes here into a new reality, we use some bleach, we use some scrubbing bubbles, whatever it takes to get the job done. And we clean ourselves up because we ain't the best in the world either. To begin the process so we can walk into this house clean. And the cleaner we are, the cleaner our children and our babies will be, and the stronger that black woman will get. So Mexican woman, I don't need you, Caucasian Becky with the I was gonna say something disrespectful. I said with the good hair. And if that's the case, I'd rather have nothing at all. Period. Whatever load, since she can't carry the load, whatever she can carry, that's fine and dandy with me, sir. So, with that said, y'all, I think that we need to wrap this up because Brother Muhammad and Sister, they have to another get together. They have to do.
All right.
But it was fine. I mean, we've been here for what, 2 hours. Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours, and we still got a few questions. I mean, these questions give us something to talk about, y'all.
That's true.
And we still, we can still deal with that later on. But right now, we need to wrap this up and join brother and sister on the Blog Talk Radio. I believe that's Blog Talk Radio. And anybody have any last words to say, or we bring this to an end?
I just wanted to say real quick. Again, we want to thank everybody for watching this video today. because as we can tell, we're going to be successful. We already know that. You know, it's just now getting from point A to point B, point and simple. As we will continue to grow, we will be sending out information of what we're looking for, this, that, and the other thing. You know, at the end of the day, we're doing this for freedom, justice, and equality of our people so that we can be free. And we don't have to worry about our children dying because a white man just slit their throat, or, you know, a white man just pulled out the gun and boom, shot you in the chest, you know, or a white man driving, chasing you home just so he can call you a nigger to your face. You know, that nobody wants to live in that. And so it is a duty that is entrusted upon us to do these things so that we can be what we should be. And so I thank you, brothers and Sister Carol, for giving up that time so that we can put out there and let the people feel us and see us. And, you know, audience, if y'all have questions and stuff, you can send them to Brother Taalik. You can send them to us. You ain't just got to send them to me. You know, don't do that. Give the brothers and sisters some work as well. Don't just send it to me. Send it to them.
Like you. They like you. People don't like me, man. I try to be nice, but folks don't like me like they like you. You got smile people like you know.
Lord have mercy.
I just want to say, like, the questions would sound very hateful. It wasn't even constructive questions. You know, it wasn't questions that, you know, that we can really put into, you know, that we can have really good discussions about. But it was just coming from basically racist white people, sellouts. You know, just a lot of people that can't, you know, it just shows me their level of education. So these are the questions they won't even ask white people. So, but you know, it was good for entertainment purposes, but I wasn't expecting those type of questions, to be honest with you. But to be honest, like I said, I think we are growing. I think we are getting some attention now. People all look. You know, it's funny. Me and Craig said this because me and Taalik we started off with the Native Americans versus Africans, and who was here first or something like that. I think that was a big topic. And now, next thing you know, you have Jabari and Ali Muhammad discussing it. And I was like, wow, we was the first one that was, you know, I remember we was the first one that had a debate about that. And now it's like the big talk. It's like that's like the big argument. And it's amazing. I think we are being watched, and now we are the center of everything now. So I love it.
That is a fact. We are the center because people are watching and they're coming. And, you know, now we got to go and make sure we have everything done. T's dotted and I's crossed. You know, and one thing about these questions, and I'm going to say this real quick, is that we know that once we get started and the white media will come.
Yes.
That is going to be a force that we're going to have to deal with.
That's true.
And these questions, as I look at them, helps us to prepare, because I'm quite sure they're going to ask some similar questions. May not be the same thing, but may be similar. And so the more we can get used to answering them, when the enemy comes with their media, we will be able to defeat them. And then our people that's sitting watching it on TV going to be like, yeah, that's right. That's right. And that will give them the courage to begin to think and say what they see us do, because they saw us beat their best minds on TV. So it's coming. It's coming. Let us be prepared to knock it out the park.
Right.
All right, brother.
Said, yes.
Yes, sir. And y'all welcome to come in on the conference line. I put the information in the chat. You definitely are welcome. We're going to be talking about Mississippi. So I definitely would love for y'all to be there. We won't be on very long, but we're addressing my organization, the Initiative Radio Network. So,
yes, sir. What time does that show begin? I mean, the conference call.
You said something, Brother Craig?
Yes, sir. I was asking Brother Maurice, what time did that conference call begin?
It actually began 20 minutes ago, so
okay.
Wait for me to get in there.
All right. We out, y'all. Let's get out.
Yes. All right. I'm like, peace and blessings. Love y'all.
Peace, y'all. Love you.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Offline.